Hey, what's going on, bike people of the internet? In this video we're going to tear down this cult classic, hero, maybe anti-hero, 1998 Cannondale CAAD3 Team Saeco road bike. To me, this reminds me of watching the Tour de France or the Giro or Volta España in the very late 90s on Eurosport when I was a teenager, and always dreamt of having one of these bikes in the collection. I've already got a CAAD3, but it's not the iconic Saeco coffee maker machine. Is Saeco still even going? I need to probably have a Google of that. Anyhow, this bike was a cult classic to me, so when one popped up locally on Facebook Marketplace, I had to have it. And to top it off, it's got the beautiful Cinelli or Cinelli, I'm never quite sure how to pronounce that, stem on this, which matches the colour scheme. So I was stoked to find this one and jumped in with a strong offer on the bike. Join me as I tear down this bike. It's far from perfect. It's actually borderline needing a repaint, I think. But yeah, join me in this video where we're going to tear this bike down. Then the video following this one we'll do a rebuild, and hope you enjoy. So this is the lovely Cannondale CAAD3 in the Team Saeco colorways. It's a bit of a maybe a dream bike of mine from when I was a teenager. Let's have a fly around it. It's a bit rough condition. It comes with a peculiar green saddle, which was a bit like mouldy looking, so I didn't want to sit on it, so I swapped it out for this very tired looking Flight Titanium. It's got some cool bits on it, but it's also very corroded in areas, so I'm not 100% sure what to do with it. If it comes to repainting, I'm actually half willing to do it. Maybe not this year, maybe, because it's just a single flat layer and the logos are so iconic. It would be worth doing to me. So let's have a detailed fly around it, shall we? So, starting at the top, shall we? One of the reasons, this is very local to me, it's in the next village across from where I live, and one of the main reasons I bought it, it comes with this Cinelli altar stem, and I think this altar stem is like super iconic. So we'll have some fun with this. This alone made the bike make financial sense to me. Because these sell quite well on eBay. It's not in perfect condition, the bolts are a little bit rusty there. The Cinelli bars are sort of peeling the paint, so not sure what to do with them. They're also like this really huge drop, ergo noughties, late 90s shape, which I don't like, so I'm going to replace the bars. I think I am anyhow, I'm not 100% sure. All the shifting is Campagnolo. It's the first time I've ever had Campagnolo, so should be some fun with that. I think it is, what is it? Veloce on the brifters up here. The hoods look a bit, maybe not. So we'll have a look at that. Moving down the frame, so you can see we've got the nice Cinelli stem. We've got a lot of spaces in here, so I'm wondering what's going on with this fork, because I don't think we're going to give you that many spaces out of the factory. It's got a Syncross headset, which looks quite good. But as we move down the frame, you can start to see, if the light's right, it's getting quite corroded. So it is a concern for me. We'll see what it's like. Front brake is, again, Campagnolo Veloce. It has the Look carbon forks for this. Now, I'm not sure if these are the original forks for the frame. I do have another CAAD3 which has carbon forks, but they say slice on them, so, and it's also like starting to bubble there with corrosion, so it's definitely starting to be a concern. Wheels are very strange. They are there we go, Mavic rims. on specialized hubs, so the wheels have been swapped out at some point in time. They're 32 spokes, so very durable, and they got specialized tires, so it's almost like someone's nicked the rims off this and put these half-baked specialized ones on them. Let's move back up the top of the frame. Here we have Cannondale, handmade in the USA. Got the Saeco coffee logo there. It's got some, I'm not sure if it's scratches or paint on it, so definitely needs tidying up this frame. This Mavic equipment sticker's starting to come off, so I think that probably needs to be peeled off. Seat clamps looks okay, seat posts okay, nothing to write home about. But yeah, quite lightweight, a little bit faded. Moving down the seat tube here. World Championship, handmade in USA, lovely looking logo. The seat tube seems okay, it's got a couple of scratches on it. And we're with the Veloce front derailleur there. Chain set, we've got Veloce. It come with some, got it out of gear, but it come with some toe clips, which I removed immediately. I don't want to play with toe clips, just stupidly dangerous. Moving on down the down tube, we got a Bontrager bottle cage, which looks a bit rough, too rough around the edges for me, and it's starting to flake and go wrong there. And again, you can see bubbling on the paintwork around the sort of cable guides there. On the underside is where it's really concerning. It's starting to bubble and flake. Maybe it's a... We're going to build it up and ride it and see what it goes like, I think, before making any maneuvers about repainting. So yeah, it's got a really gorgeous Campagnola chain set there as well. Can you see it? It says, it's not focusing. Yeah, it says Campagnola there. Self-extracting bolts. We've got this lovely Veloce rear mech as well. It's all grubby and horrible. Look at the state of that down there. So yeah, his bike has been abused. Chain stays are in reasonable condition. A little tiny block out the back. I think this is a 9 or 10 speed. 9 I think. We'll have a look into that. I think I got an alternative cassette we could use. We've got Veloce back here. The same specialized rim combo. So yeah, that's what the bike looks like. I think the initial plan, strip everything off and clean everything, de-rust it, and we'll make some moves of direction we're going to take with it. I think at this stage I would like to keep it period correct-ish. I've got some K-Serium wheels that might look good on it off the other CAAD3. I'll link a video up here. Now, where's my hand? To the other CAAD3 build I did, which is K-Serium, so maybe this would be a better donor for the K-Seriums. Or I might end up using some carbon rims or different, more modern rims on it. I've got some like zip rims from the year 2010, which are aluminium, which could look very good on this, so got options. But I think I'm going to keep the massive Campagnola gears. But yeah, I think first things first, let's start taking it apart, and we'll start with chain set and pedals and bottom bracket, and then go from there. Actually, a lie, start with checking that chain, then we'll go from there. So I've got my handy dandy super duper cheap Park Tool CC 3.2 chain wear checker, or chain stretch, I guess that might mean. CC chain checker. Yep. So let's start on a 0.5 and see how much wear is in this chain. So yeah, that's dropped through. Not only is it dropped through, it's kind of rattling in there, so that's not a good start. And then onto the 7.5, again dropping through and rattling. So looks like this chain is toast, and I should imagine that cassette is toast as well. Just make sure it's not just an odd spot. Yeah, this chain does not look like it's in good health. So that chain is cooked and needs to be going in the bin. I just want to clean this chain up a touch. I'm not sure what brand it is, it's so dirty I can't see anything, so I'm just going to GT85 a section, see what we're working with here. Okay, so let me take you for the ride, see if you can focus on this. That looks like, to me, it's a Teardown chain, if we can get it to focus. Maybe if I zoom out. How's the focus? Oh, I'll start from afar and zoom in with the computer after. So yeah, it's a Teardown branded chain. Not come across one of those before. Anyhow, that's going to go in the bin. Right, so let's get this chain off. I can't see any quick links or anything like that in it yet. And a little spin. It's so dirty, I can't spot anything. I'm just going to get it back to a nice clean point we made and split the chain there. But yeah, that's, when I say clean, relatively speaking. I'm just going to pop the pin the whole way through because it's not going to be needed again. Fortunately, the chain rings don't look too worn out. They do say Shimano and SRAM wear out, Campagnolo wears in. That's the old saying anyhow. So that's, should have sorted that out. I've popped the pin the whole way through because there's no use to this chain anymore. It's dangerous to keep it in the spare parts, so straight for recycling. Bottom bracket, however, holy ceramic bearings, Batman. So whilst we've got it on the floor, let's take the pedals off. I think I've had these pedals off, so they should come off pretty easy. If I can find the flats. Yep. So let's get rid of this pedal. Let's repeat the same on the other side. We still in shot. Yeah. Let's. And a good tip is for pedals. Imagine your foot's on there. Just pull it towards your foot like you're lifting up. So this should rotate downwards. If I can get on the flats. There we go. Hopefully you're on shot. And that's the pedal's gone. That bottom bracket is properly insane. Let's just do a spin down test on that, shall we? Bottom bracket spin down test. Let's get this chain set off next. It looks like it's got self-extracting bolts, so should, fingers crossed, be quite easy. This is why I leave the bike on the ground, by the way, so you can put your full force through both wheels rather than through the seat or frame, seat post or frame. So if it's on the floor, you can just put your whole body weight on it, and that seemed to go quite easy. But that's not a self-extracting crank. Unfortunately, this is a nice Campagnolo bolt, so we'll keep that for another day. So So we need to get a crank extractor. Can't see any washers or anything peculiar in there, so yeah, let's get a crank extractor. One thing I do is I keep all the parts in a box just to stop them wandering off, and I know which project they're from, especially if you've got multiple projects on the go like I do. But yeah, let's use a crank extractor and see if we can successfully remove the chain set. Okay, it's not going in easy. Okay, there we go. Just take your time with it. There you go, eventually. And one thing to do is make sure that's fully home and engaged. I keep trying to use my gloves a bit more these days to stop my hands getting so sore, but they're already mucky to a certain extent, but stops random nicks and cuts. Oh, and that is tight. And that's why I like doing it on the floor. But it's coming slowly. There we go. And that's coming out successfully. There we go. It's just about off there. So yeah. Interestingly, there's not many details on this chain set when looking from the other side. However, it does feel quite light, nice and light. It says 27 there. I don't know what that's in reference to, but we'll give this a really nice cleanup, I think, and I think that'll look really good. Switch to the other side. So onto the non-drive side. Let's pop the crank bolt out first. I just like to grab onto the chainstay like that, just to keep my hand secure and stop it slipping. That's the nice made in Italy Campagnolo crank bolt there. I'm going to see if I can de-rust those and 100% use them again. I think they're cool. So I've got the bottom bracket extractor here and ready to go. Just trying to screw it in. Oh, this side went in way easier. This side looks quite a lot more tarnished, I feel. I'll check there's no washers or anything in it. Let's make sure that's home and tight, and we can wind this side in. Okay, this is tight. That hurt my hand. But it's going slowly. Maybe this chain set has never been removed from a spike before, because it's super tight, but it's come off. Just remove the BB tool, and this one has the number 04 on it and the number 11, so maybe it's made in the 11th month. Can I see any other details? No, I don't think so. I can vaguely make out some like veloce on there, but what I think these do need doing, I guess there's a clear coat on them. I think I might polish these, high polish them, and see what they look like after that. Now, I grab the camera. Now this has got something new to me. It's got a Campagnolo bottom bracket in it. It says lock to 70 Newton meters. I don't think I've got the tool for this. I've not played with Campagnolo before, so some research is required. To me, I think this bottom bracket is running dry, so I do want to get in there and have a look around and see what's going on. I could hit it with a screwdriver to unlock it, but I think that's likely to ruin it. So I'm in two minds what to do at this point in time. So research is needed for this next stage. So we need a special tool for these campy bottom brackets. Well, not a special tool, just a non-Shimano tool, which is a BBT4. It's a 6-lobe version. Looking at that, that's the tightening direction. So let's unlock it that way. Okay, I'm going to come up with a plan B. So as a bit of a workaround to make this fit on here, because I'm worried about it pinging off if I put all my mass weight on it, I'm going to pop the crank arm back on, oddly enough. That'll hold it on and stop it pinging off as a bit of a bike hack. Secure this lightly. I don't need to go super tight this time, it just needs to be secured on there so the tool doesn't release. I think a bit more on that. Almost. So yeah, that'll do. That can't ping off now. So I can put all my weight onto it. And with that said, let's give it a go. Whew. That is locked on there tight. Let's try to get an extension onto it. Just going to try this bit of tube to extend this. There we go, it's broken off now. Okay, now we have to remove the crank arm again. Now with that crank removed, we should be able to release this bottom bracket. Ooh, and the bearings inside the frame still. Okay, let's move to the other side. I can go in the bucket. This side we need to go this way. Just give it a go. Absolutely nothing again. So let's reattach the crank arm. Let's there we go. And I need to remove that again. So let's remove the chain set once again. And now we should be able to just, that's probably finger loose already. about the bottom bracket, and it's not too bad. Definitely have to figure out what to do with this, because I think the Campy have specific axles for their chain sets. I need to do some research if I can reuse this, or if I need to do something different. But yeah, it's a bit, there's no play in it, but the bearings feel dry, so we'll have a look and see what to do with this one for the restoration. Let's have a look inside the BB. So inside the bottom bracket, it's grubby, but I think it's just surface level dirt rather than anything more significant. So next thing, let's remove the wheels. There's no quick release on these levers. Right, that'll work. Let's get the rear wheel. So next, let's chop the cables. Is that in view? Yeah, looks about right. It's the rear brake cable. And let's chop the cable for the rear derailleur and the front derailleur. Let's remove these controls next. The bar tape's a bit manky, I won't be reusing this for sure. Oh, someone's reverse wrapped this. This is wrapped from down here. So the wrap started here, which I don't really like. I think starting down there is the best way to do it. Because this one is wrapped wrong. Because as your hand comes along here, it's feathering out these edges rather than folding them flat. So this is a bad wrap on these bars. Let's get an Allen key. Oh, that's not an Allen key. I just need a lever to pop this one out. Okay, maybe I don't need a lever. I think I get this with my fingers. It's a profile design end cap there. Not super keen on that. Not sure if I reuse it or not, but let's see what's going on down here, because it's a bit crusty, to be honest. What's going on? Has this been glued? This is an awful way to wrap your bars. I think this has been glued on. What a mess. Okay. There we go. Oh, the bars are silver down in the drops. That's interesting. Ooh, there's something under here. And let's fold back the hood. I'll rate this bar wrapping job 2 out of 10. I wouldn't say I'm an expert at bar wrapping, but this is pretty poor, I reckon. Fundamentals not followed. Ooh, aluminium corrosion under here. that can go straight in the bin. It's like an extra bit tucked around here, and it's extra tucked around there. Oh, what a mess. What a mess. Okay, let's move on to this side. The side doesn't have a bung in there, so that's one problem solved. How's the angle on this? I'll make sure it's on shot. Yep. Oh my god, what's going on here? Like the inner goose not working. And let's fold this back. And that can go straight in the bin. Let's give you a detailed look at these bars, how much of a mess they are. Actually, let's go out of the stand. So yeah, this is the mess under here. Lots of tape. There's a bit of corrosion here. I thought it was quite bad initially, but it's not so bad. Yeah, I don't think I'll be reusing these bars again, but let's chop all these bits off and get the cables off, and rescue this beautiful Cannondale stem. Just going to use a knife to chop through this and hopefully not catch my hoods. Try to keep it clean. That can go in the floor. And that can get released. How's the video doing? Just removing this section under here. Oh my god, it's stuck on properly. Okay, all the cables are released on this side. Let's chop this. That was the angle for the viewers, not too bad. And chop this bit. And chop this bit. That bit. Chop that bit. Right, it's a sticky mess, but it's workable, I think. Let's try to remove this shifter. I think the hood, the hood's a bit weird on these, it's split to get around the thumb shifter. See if I can find a bolt. Oh, there it is. Okay, I reckon that's a 6mm, 5mm. Okay, I think that'll work for us. Oh, okay. Okay, and now we've released that. I think we should be able to release the cables. I've just realised I've not chopped the front brake cable yet. Okay, so that's the lovely Veloce Campagnolo shifter released. Let's work on the left hand side shifter now, and let's lift that over. And that's the right hand side Veloce shifter released. I'll sort these cables out later, but yeah, beautiful Campagnolo spec. Maybe this needs a bit of a polish, but yeah, pretty good. Okay, with wheels and grips released, this headset does not feel good. It's binding at the extremes, so we need to get in here and have a look at this. Let's take the bars off next. These bolts are a little bit rusty, so I might look to de-rust these, or, well, that was really loose, and that was loose. I might look to find a replacement bolt, or service and de-rust these ones, because I'm keen to reuse this beautiful Cannondale stuff. And yeah, that's free. It's a bit crusty in there. We'll go through and give everything a clean. Let's make sure we pop the bolts back in the bike first. Okay, that looks good, but this headset does not feel fantastic. So I reckon this side's been dropped onto the floor here and it's twisted and bent in, because, like, can you see this side kind of looks a bit more tucked in? Try to zoom in with less angle. It's not very clear on camera, but in real life it's not good. So next thing I want to do is remove this front brake. The bolt is on the back, but as you can see, mega crusty in there. I might zoom that in a bit so you can see the level of disgusting in there. So I don't even know what size bolt that is, so I'm just got a little pick here, so I'm just gonna try to decrusty that bit. Okay, it's a 5mm. Okay, it's good fit. There we go. I think this crown up here is aluminium with carbon legs bonded onto it, so we need to inspect that area. There we go. Oh, okay, so this is like a female bolt. It's a bit stuck in there. Just give it a bit of a wiggle with that engaged. I'm going to go for a size up Allen key and see if I can poke it through from front end. Nope. Let's put the brake back through, see if I can budge it. Nope. Ah, it's a hollow one. That's why. So crusty. Come on, out you come. There we go at last. Oh, it's a bit crusty and corroded in there. We'll pop this nut back on here for safekeeping. But yeah, nice veloce. Get these pads changed, I think. Let's get this rear caliper removed next. Hopefully be a little bit less troublesome than the front one. Okay, nice. And let's put that on there for safekeeping. And that should pull off just nicely. Cool. There's our rear Cannondale veloce caliper. Nice. Let's get this front derailleur next. Hopefully it's not too crusty underneath this. Okay, released, and we can pull the cable through. Might be interesting when this is polished up to see if the paint, the red colour's faded at all, but yeah, this is our grubby, get the camera, grubby Cannondale front derailleur. It feels really light in hand. And let's get this rear derailleur. One thing I've noticed, everything's a 5mm Allen key so far, which is pretty good on this Cannondale stuff. Nice to have consistency. Let's release that and pull the cable through. Yeah, here's our Cannondale derailleur with the grubbiest chocky wheels you've ever seen. So yeah. Definitely needs a heavy service. Let's get this bottle cage next. Let's crack that one and Okay, that's the bottle cage release. There's a Bontrager bottle cage. So Bontrager and Cannondale shouldn't really be mixing in my mind. These are a bit crusty. These bolts are a little bit crusty, so maybe I'll look to replace those. Let's get this beautiful stem next. It's got Outland written on here. That's a distributor in the UK, I believe. Lots and lots of spacers. Chunky spacers as well. Let's pop that in the box. And the stem needs releasing here. And here. And I think this is a 1-inch steerer on a spike. She might just measure that quickly. So just to satisfy my curiosity, let's have a little measure of this. And that is 25.4, just under 25, so just under an inch. So yeah, 1-inch steerer. Let's get these stem spacers. Then let's have a wonder how this works. I wonder if this is threaded together or that's loosened off. There we go, there's nothing to it. So that's the fork released. Definitely need to give that a thorough clean. Oh. There goes the lower bearing. The lower bearing's just dropped out the frame. Feels pretty good. It's a sealed cartridge bearing, so that's nice. It's not a... It's like a plain bearing though. It's quite unusual for the load. You'd expect some sort of taper roller, sort of angular contact bearing in there. So what's going on with this headset? How do I... Well, it feels quite smooth, which is a bonus. I feel like I need a little pry bar to get under here. This has to be a seal. Unless there's a wedge. I don't know. It feels very smooth though. Maybe I'll just leave it like that for now. And reuse it, because it's a pretty nice Syncros headset. Nah, I need to get in there, have a look. I'm just going to get a little pick and see if I can get in here with this. No. I think what I'm going to do is try to pop something up the inside and tap it out that way. And not known to me, this is where my phone runs out of recording memory, so you'll miss me tapping off the top of this top cap, and let's move on to removing the saddle. I've got this aluminium drift here. I'm going to pop up through the bottom of the frame. The last little thing I need to do is remove the seat post. I think it's 6 in here. Yep. Let's not seat post, the seat. Let's pop this off. It's a bit of a tatty old flight titanium gel. I'm not sure if I'm going to reuse this. So with the frame pretty much stripped down now, let's have a detail fly around it. I've left the bearing in here because it didn't want to remove. Top tube is as it was. I think I might replace this seat post. I don't really like single bolt seat posts. I think it's prone to fail. So, because it's a Cannondale, or Cannondale's a 27.2, I think I'll look for a replacement seat tube. Moving down, the seat stays grubby and dirty. There's a bit of corrosion around this area, but not too bad. This is grubby and dirty, and it's getting quite fuzzy and corroded around here. Drive side's not so bad. This chainstay protector looks pretty rubbish. It's a bit scratched up down here, but mostly grubby. We've got plastic bolts in here for some reason, no idea. Top down tube is okay, a bit furry around there, around the points, but yeah, it's not too bad. It's probably right on that threshold of needing a repaint. The worst area is actually on the down tube, down here where it's starting to bubble quite a lot, but not sure if I'm going to repaint it just yet. I think we need to clean it off next. Because the frame is so dirty, I'm just going to use a dirty microfiber towel to clean it. Just got some automotive car wash in here and in a squirty bottle, so it's just real simple and clean. Okay, so after that initial clean, it's actually looking a load better, I think. Go into wide angle mode. Very lacking a luster everywhere. I think I'm gonna have to lose this Mavic sticker. I think it looks way better. We've got like lots of tar spots and something around here, but I think they will come off with a bit of a scratchy fingernail. Yeah, generally, actually greatly improved for just that little clean. So that's where I'm going to park this video for now. We've stripped down the bike, assessed the condition, and the frame is not great. I still think it could use a repaint, but I'm going to build it up anyhow and just use it for this summer. Maybe it's a project for next year to repaint it, because the paint code is like Dodge Viper Red or something along those lines. It's quite an easy colour to get resprayed, and the decals are quite common. Next, I'm going to start rebuilding this bike. Now, I've stripped down the parts and spent a lot of time polishing and cleaning a lot of the Campagnolo parts. The chain set was particularly time consuming, so I've got that ready to go. I've also picked up a lot of new parts to add to the bike, so it should be pretty cool, I reckon, by the time we've finished it. Actually, buying all the parts has been quite time consuming for this one, a bit longer than expected. So join me next time. Give us a subscribe if you enjoyed this and will want to follow along for the rebuild, which will be coming up very soon. And thank you for watching.